This is a Strategist episode 1857. My name is Zain Velji. With me, as always, Stephen Carter. And oh, look who decided to show up. Oh, it's Corey Hogan.
Oh.
Candidate Hogan.
Do we refer to him as the Corey Hogan now? Like, what's the deal? Like, sir? Do we have to go with sir?
Oh, sir. Mm-hmm. Have you been knighted?
Yeah.
Is that how much the Liberal Party has access? That you've just automatically gotten knighted?
You probably got one of those King Charles medals that you got.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was Sir Thomas Keeper, now it's Sir Corey Hogan. Is that how it is?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I hope they take his. Are they going to keep his knighthood? Hey, as a new candidate, is the previous candidate going to have his knighthood kept?
I'm going to have to check with the party office on that. That's my answer, by the way.
Such a minion, Carter.
Such a little every question.
Fucking peon for the party.
Oh, my God.
God, you
what a
sicken
step
me.
Down.
Yeah. This actually makes sense.
Zane, has Mark Carney opinioned on it? Because if so, that's my opinion.
This makes sense, Carter. He's like, I want to do a strategist YouTube page. We're like, why? Less is more. And he's like, no, people need to see my face. They need to get acclimatized. I want to wear suits during this. I'm like, why? Carter, I never put the pieces together. But this motherfucker had a plan the whole time. Okay.
No, listen, I knew it the whole time. I'm so good at strategy. I would have bet that on April Fool's Day he was going to announce his candidacy. That's how I would have done that. I would have bet that.
By the way, do you want to confirm or deny that you are the candidate right now? Like, just put it in unequivocal terms for the people. Because I'd say there's a good 50%. It's down the middle that don't believe you're the candidate. So, Corey, I'll give you this opportunity right now. This is Corey Hogan, Liberal Party of Canada candidate for Calgary Confederation, telling you that he is indeed that. Go ahead, Corey.
Yeah, people, it's been reported I'm the candidate.
Sounds convincing to me, Carter. I feel like I'm sold.
Yeah.
On April 1st.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
On April 1st. I thought that's how you create a buzz. You create a little excitement. I think that the launch, like the press release, also referencing how I won an Irish stew competition. Yeah. Maybe people had some questions.
Carter, let's jump right into strategy mode. How would you go after Corey's late launch here? How would you undercut the fact that Corey Hogan is the Liberal Party candidate in Confederation? Go ahead. Yeah, as a good friend and personal advisor to Corey, can you broadcast how you would actually undermine his campaign? Go.
Undermine Corey's campaign.
That's right. Yeah, I want you to do it.
Well, I think that the actual answer was you got to focus on the candidate.
Yeah.
Right? Like, candidate strengths and weaknesses ultimately matter a lot in politics. And this is where, Corey's probably polling, 20, 25 points behind Mark Carney right now. So focus on the fact that, Corey Hogan is running. I mean,
thanks. Appreciate you.
I mean, Corey Hogan's unofficial slogan, and it might be his actual official slogan, is "You could do worse." So let's test that premise. Let's test that premise.
See, this is where I have a problem, Carter. Right? Here's the issue. You could do worse, sure, but the thing is, they had worse. You had worse, right? You had worse, and now you have Corey. Right? This is why. You need the brain power of someone like me on the campaign, Carter. We can't just be you all the time.
No. Let's be clear. We've asked you to be on the campaign. We've asked, I think 17 times. Will you be on the campaign? And the answer has been...
Seems a little light.
I'm pretty busy. Well,
I've got a new show. Can I launch my new show? Are we all just talking about...
Are we just launching things today? Is this?
You can go to whateverthisis.ca. It's very good, I've heard. And I've been told to say.
Unfortunately, I did tell you that. It is very good.
Hello and welcome to whatever the this is.
WhateveThisIs.ca?
Whatever this is. Not a joke.
I made it through a whole episode. No, I have not.
It's 3 minutes an episode. You can make it through.
I can't.
It's a brown man yelling at you for 3 minutes, okay?
I've tried 2 times.
You've worked in the Northeast. You know what this is like.
This is missing 2 people. That would have made this thing absolutely.
No, it's you really take the quality elements of the podcast and or the ones that are not leaving the podcast, and you then isolate them. Carter, this is what I should have done years ago. I'm realizing I limited my career.
Yeah, Zane's basically a
so I guess this is a breakup episode with Carter, right, Corey? Is that where this is going?
Am I out?
Is that what happened? No. You're the only one that's in.
Oh, I'm the only one left.
It's not you. It's us. Yep.
Okay,
Corey,
I was confused.
One of the reasons I haven't joined is I respect you, but I do think at this point you are the Flair Airlines of candidates, right? You're late and excessive baggage is part of the issue.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
You think I'm prepping him, Carter. I'm prepping your boy. for what Jeremy Nixon will throw at you. Okay? Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Look,
going against one of the Nixon brothers
just
is
fair.
pretty
Hey, listen,
exciting.
One of the things you learn as a candidate is sometimes you don't swing at every pitch, Zain. Well, you let it go.
You've not been schooled in the same school that Carter and I went to.
Corey,
do you want to tell us what happened here? Because I bet there's people that are still, I think we've reduced the number. I think that at the end of this episode, our core objective is to convince 100% of listeners you are indeed the candidate. Now, I think your statement helped, but I don't think it did enough. I don't think it went all the way. Yeah. So do you want to actually tell us more to this fiction to give us a sense of why you're the candidate?
Yeah, I mean, so on Friday, I got a call that the candidate that did exist in Calgary Confederation was going to be leaving that post and that was going to be happening pretty soon. And then I was asked, can I put your stuff forward to be a candidate for Calgary Confederation? And I, talked to my wife about it and thought, yeah, I mean, look, let's even step back from there. I think like most Canadians, I've been pretty pissed off about everything Donald Trump's been doing, what's been going on in the United States, the Americanization of our politics, all of that. And in January, it kind of came to a head. Like, we've got this lunatic down south calling us the 51st state. We've got these tariffs looming. We've got trouble going on with Russia. Like, the world is just such a crazy, dangerous place. And it just felt like something had to give, right? And who knew that all we really needed was a central banker? But that, Mark Carney really changed the game and the conversation. And so it started thinking in probably February, March, like, well, is there other ways I can be helpful? So when the call came, I took the call. I thought that's interesting. Talked to my wife, and it's been kind of whirlwind since Friday, if I'm going to be totally honest. Like it's one of those things where it feels at times like it's moving way too fast, and other times where it feels like it's moving way too slow, because it's like making a major purchase. Like, it's so easy to commit, and then the paperwork, right? All of the things you have to do in order to make it real take days, and you've got to interview with people, and you've got to wait for them, and they're going to go on the timeline of Ottawa, and Ottawa doesn't really. Now, it's not that they don't care, but you're one of 340 some write-ins, and they're just doing their thing, and it takes some time. And then on Monday night, get the call like, yeah, you are, claimed as candidate. And so then we're off. We go. That's what happened. Cleaned up all of my files at work yesterday.
So, Carter, Jesus Christ, I didn't realize this was going to be fucking sponsored content.
I didn't know either. I mean,
holy fuck me.
It's the longest I've ever talked without you interrupting me.
Yeah, that was...
God. It's not like Ottawa doesn't care. Ottawa doesn't not care. That's a good campaign slogan, better than... It's just...
Come on. What are you trying to do to me here?
Shorter. Why did you want to record?
Less open-ended questions. Less open-ended questions.
The more we tear Corey down, the greater his poll numbers will be. Carter is an experiment I want to try.
I think that's a great hypothesis.
I think he should be coming here every week for a shit kicking.
Keep me humble. Yeah.
That's good.
That's good. It's really nice.
Can we call the humbling, which is you and I.
The humbling of Corey Hogan.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I see what Trump is doing, and I alone can stand against him.
Listen,
that's what I heard.
I heard the Confederation's worth fighting for. Holy shit, day really 2 of a candidate, you're calling people assholes?
The people will understand.
No, I don't think they will.
I think they will.
I don't think they're very generous with context.
No.
He calls old white man asshole. By the way, a constituent. You called a constituent an asshole.
This is really coming in handy that we live so close to one another now. Hey, that we're all located in one federal riding.
This is feeling like our entire friendship has been a mistake. Maybe I'll reverse on some of this stuff here.
Yeah, he does get final cut of the edit.
I do get final cut. Yeah, like it's been my executive producer, right?
It's a very Blake Lively situation in more ways than one.
Hey, man. Blake catching strays. That's more.
Why are you defending Blake Lively? There's no Blake Lively constituency within Calgary Confederation.
I'm Blake. I'm on Team Blake.
Okay. I too am on Team Blake.
I'm hardcore Baldoni all the way. So appease me, Corey, as a constituent. What do you got for me? My biggest issue in this election is Justin Baldoni. What do you got?
This was a huge mistake.
Not for me. I'm having a great fucking time.
You know what? Sometimes you just nod and say thank you very much and move on. I just,
Carter, his lack of responses is actually convincing more people that this is indeed real.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Carter, where are you at with this? Do you want to we can take this multiple ways. Do you want to reflect on what Corey said? Do you want to discuss the future business plans of the podcast and open the books on the pod? We can do whatever, really. There's many directions we can take this.
Yep. I'm quite certain that he's not going to be able to accept media payments from the Strategist Media Corporation. So this goes from being a 3-way split to a 2-way split.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So I am pretty excited.
We need to record every day this month.
Every day. Let's curse the politics, this fucker. Let's go. Let's monetize, right?
Yeah, just drain the coffers.
Listen, this has been a whirlwind for all of us. So, we weren't going to be involved in Calgary Confederation's campaign up until 24 hours ago, really. And now it's been, making sure that we've got all the little things done, literature, signs, buttons, T-shirts, door knocking crews, signatures. All of this is coming through, and the volunteer team that's rallying around this is significant. We even had people. This is going to shock regular listeners of the podcast. We had people from the podcast actually go and sign Corey's nomination papers, which feels like, frankly, you're letting the whole fucking podcast down. You know who hasn't signed his nomination papers? Me and Zain. We have not signed, and we will not.
That's
sign.
True. We will not, because this is not real. This is why I let people know this is not real. And to prove it, Corey will say something blasphemous right now.
That's great.
Carter, how do you think we're doing convincing people that Corey's actually indeed the candidate?
I think you're convincing me I'm not the candidate at this point.
Yeah.
You may not be for much longer.
That's just what I'm saying, yeah.
You just print the new guy sign. Just new guy for Calgary Confederation.
New guy, Calgary
You had worse twice.
Yeah. I literally sent a note to the campaign today. Don't worry about us. We'll be well behaved. And here we are. Here we are.
Here we are recording. Carter, you, like myself, and Corey, you too, probably got a lot of people saying that this is not real, including media, questioning the veracity. One of the reasons is you launched on April 1st with the domain, which I believe is now live, april1.ca.
Well, april1.ca will bring you to
be clear, not April 1st. We don't own April 1st. We do own april1.ca.
The number one.
Yeah, so if it confuses people, for Corey's campaign, you go to april1.ca. Not april1st.ca. And if you're confused by that, as a fallback, we also own april2.ca, which will also take you somewhere. But don't go to april1st.ca.
Yeah, don't go to april1st.
Corey, do you want to defend purchasing the URL, the CRA is politically motivated.com? Can we? Any thoughts on the Canada Revenue Agency that you might have?
I could use a glass of water, Zain, if you don't mind.
Carter, I've had enough. I don't know if there's anything else you want to talk about.
No, listen, this is great. It's as I'm doing all the work I did yesterday. So thank you for that, Zain. Very grateful. I have more work to do today that is probably not going to go to naught, because we're going to get Corey kicked out of the candidacy before we even get started. So this has been a pretty great day for all of us.
Yeah. You're feeling good, Corey? You feel good about this decision?
Listen, honest to God, it's going to be a good campaign. It's going to be big.
It's going to be a great campaign. How did the Jesperson interview go?
Oh, it's good. I took very few shots at you along the way. Not zero, but a couple.
Let me read you a quote. Let me find a quote. And I'm just going to locate it here because I wrote it down because I thought it was excellent. Here we go. Where is the quote? You'll find it on my phone, Stephen Carter.
Okay, well, I'll just keep talking. I'm glad you did Jesperson. That made me happy. Yeah. Because, doing middling podcasts is what we're all about here at The Strategist. So
Jesus Christ, Carter. Come on. You're associated with the campaign. You can't be fucking talking like that. So, Carter, you missed the interview. I found the quote, okay?
Yeah, I did not listen to the interview.
Yeah, here it is. This is a quote about Stephen Carter by one Corey Hogan, okay? This is the Liberal candidate in Calgary Confederation, which is a real thing he's doing.
Okay, this is great.
Quote, he will be around to a degree that makes sense for me and Stephen. The question was, how much will Stephen Carter be around the campaign? And the answer was, he will be around to a degree that makes sense for me and Stephen. Yeah. That doesn't sound like a lot. Just to be clear, I think one of the things taken away is a lot. A lot.
Yeah, no, listen, me going and working for Corey Hogan, it's not on my bucket list. It is, I think that quote works for not just him, but it's for both of us.
Yeah, optionality is 2 keys, right? It's a 2-key system.
Yeah.
It's 2 keys. It's
speaking of Carter, Corey, how big of a, let's just call it what it is, liability was Stephen Carter during your vetting process?
All right. So I won't go deep in the weeds, but they do. So when you're becoming a candidate, they vet you, right? You've got to provide financial information. They've got to look over things like your credit history, make sure you don't have a criminal record, disclose anything like that. And then they ask you a bunch of conversations. There's an interview. My interview was about 75 minutes long. Nice fellow. Colin Lalonde was his name. And Colin is asking me a bunch of questions. And I would say the bulk is about my punditry, right? That's where I think insofar as anybody is going to have concerns about my vetting, it's what have you said in the past? And Colin says to me, I haven't listened to the strategist. It's pretty clear that he thinks it's 3 guys in a basement talking to an audience of their parents. Because, that's how it is. Sense. But he says, but I listened to the first 5 minutes of your most recent episode, and your co-host, Stephen Carter, he called all of the voters stupid. And I kind of chuckled and said, yeah, it sounds like Stephen. That definitely tracks. I'll bet you he did say something like that, which is, not really, I think, what Stephen believes in his soul, but maybe he has extreme manifestations.
I was at an advanced poll yesterday here in Vancouver, and I can assure you, my
Stephen.
Hey, Colin, you're definitely listening to this episode. Nice to meet you. I am Zain. I'm also on the show. I heard my name didn't come up in the vetting, and I want you to know I've got a new show at whateverthisis.ca, Colin.
Oh my God.
It'll invalidate me for candidacy for any political party, but I want you to know you're welcome, and thank you for subscribing. Okay. Do you think he's going to subscribe to the Patreon? He probably should.
He should.
Probably should.
So is this going to be a Patreon or is this going to be a Gen Pop?
No, I think this is Gen Pop. I think this is good.
I can talk directly to your campaign vetter through this podcast. That actually makes me happy. You're the one who named him.
He's a nice guy. I like talking to him. He was a good guy.
Good. We got a new listener.
Yeah, I doubt it. But
I doubt it. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be
based
something
on the 5 minutes, because he didn't say I listened to 5 minutes and I was just really excited to listen to the rest on my way home or anything like that. He said he listened to 5 minutes and that was the end of the commentary.
See, Colin, for most people who listen to the show, it does become their home. It is
their
home
that's nice.
and their family.
That's really nice.
Right?
Yeah.
He trust me. Did
you tell him about the Discord, Corey?
Okay, Corey, let's put you out of your misery here.
Yeah, great phrasing. Keep going.
Yeah, no, for sure. Do you have anything sincere to say to the people listening? Because this is indeed the sponsored content portion of the show. We actually are starting a new segment called Sponsored Content for Candidates, which is anytime we have one of the 3 of us running for public office, we give you the airwaves of the Strategist podcast for a full 90 seconds to make a plea. And Carter, this applies to you seconds. Too. If you ever run for public office, we will give you this portion at the end of this show. It's just kind of like the public service that we're able to do. Yeah.
Yeah, no, everybody thinks I'm going to run for public office.
Yeah, sure.
I think so.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah,
you do really well. I think.
Corey, please.
Yeah. Look, I think that this is an important time for the country. It's not one person holding up the weight of the world. It's the fact that a lot of us need to make sacrifices and try to do what's right for all of us. And so I'd encourage anybody who thinks strongly about this election like I do to come on out and volunteer, vote, donate, tell your friends, get involved in any other way you can in your community. Put together groups of people. If you're in Confederation, I'll probably come talk to them. And you can get a hold of us all by going to april1.ca.
That's beautiful. And just, I know there's going to be some people
put a bed of music underneath that. Like, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, no, and I hate to kind of be like the footnotes to what that, but once again, april1.ca is the site we own. April 1st, we do not own. We couldn't get it.
We also don't own April, the word 1 spelled out. It's just April, the number 1. So don't.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually true. Yeah. We don't own april1.ca.
And for those who are vetting, Corey, we do not own CRA is politically motivated.ca. Is
that another strategist jump ball that we're going to release to the masses?
No, it's It's not a jump ball. Let's not do that. Let's not do the jump ball. Let's not do it.
You want to end the podcast with "Let's not do it"? Is that the energy you want to bring to it?
Yeah.
Can I give you? Okay, let's do that again.
Let's do it again.
I'm not giving you another 90 seconds. I'm giving you another 30. We're not fucking charity here, okay? Yeah. We're not registered with the CRA as a charity, because they're politically motivated.
Okay. Let's try that again.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Let's get out there and let's make Calgary Confederation a liberal seat.
That's a wrap on episode 1857 of Strategist. My name is Zain Velger. With me, as always, Stephen Carter and your newly minted liberal candidate for Calgary Confederation, Corey Hogan. And we shall indeed see you next time.
Look, I think that this is an important time for the country. It's not one person holding up the weight of the world. It's the fact that a lot of us need to make sacrifices and try to do what's right for all of us. And so I'd encourage anybody who thinks strongly about this election like I do to come on out, volunteer, vote, donate, tell your friends, get involved in any other way you can in your community. Put together groups of people. If you're in Confederation, I'll probably come talk to them. And you can get a hold of us all by going to april1.ca.